And we welcome you on this 24-degree day, feeling like 28 degrees here at the hospital ball field. Wind coming out of the west-southwest at 18 kilometers an hour. And this featured presentation is brought to you by Mohawk Super Bingo. Final game of the regular season for the U-13B Warhawks in action, taking on the Lakeshore LYnx 2. LYnx come in with a record 14-4-1. The Warhawks 5-13-1. Both teams wearing red. The difference will be that the LYnx are wearing blue and white trim. The Warhawks, of course, in the red with black and a bit of white trim. Let's take a look at the Warhawks defensively. Starting on the mound, Carmen Stacy. Behind the plate is Jersey Jacobs. Roy Lahash at first. Caleb McCumber at second. Daze James Day at short. Ryder McCumber's on third. Addison Goodleaf in left. Sungwai Rakwani Sabrera in center field, and in right field, Lily McCumber. So, Carmen Stacy getting set to face a lineup, which will start with Axel Brahm at the top. Nick Chong Destro starting at batting second. Justin Lance at batting third. Gabriel Zapatelli batting fourth. Alexander Albert in the fifth spot. Zuhan batting sixth. Eddie Fortier batting seventh. Zachary Shapiro hitting eighth. Short bench for the LYnx, only 8, so there's going to be 2 outfielders. We'll keep an eye on that when the Warhawks are batting. This team 5-13-1, the second most wins out of any team in Kahnawake minor baseball this year in Lac St. Louis. Of course, the junior Warhawks have won 5 of their last 6 games, but that's a different league. And the U9B Warhawks in the driver's seat, currently in third place in their division, as Axel Brahm steps in to bat against Carmen Stacy tonight. Starting pitcher, play ball, they say here at the hospital ball field. And there's a bit of a breeze. As we mentioned, 18 clicks an hour coming out of the west-southwest. Here's the first pitch. That's ball one. Stacy pitching to Jersey Jacobs, who's behind home plate. And, well, the communication not looking all that sharp, but hey, it's just the first pitch. Okay. You know what? We're going to get the hang of this soon. This team, of course, coached by Jesse Lahash.
Go, Axel.
Assistant coaches Lance Goodleaf, Kevin McCumber. So here's Stacy's 1-0 delivery. Brahm takes strike one. Good pitch by Stacy. That pitch was right down the Old Malone Highway, and come on now, guys. Thank goodness nobody's on base, and this isn't the U15 level, because that would be a live ball. Or U13A, that's live as well. So here's the 1-1 from Stacy. Strike two. Good pitch by Stacy, and it's a 1-2 count on Brahm. Of course, the playoffs are going to be starting next week as well. At the U13B level, U13A still have a couple of games to play, but this is the final regular season game for the 13B Warhawks. Here's the 1-2. Outside and away, 2-2 the count. This LYnx team coming off of a mercy rule loss to Lakeshore LYnx 1. This is Lakeshore LYnx 2, I think it's important to emphasize. That's inside. It sounded a lot like it was a hit by pitch, but it was actually just an inside pitch. Now we got a full count, 3-2 on Brahm. That's low and inside, and that'll be a leadoff walk for Brahm. All right, Lakeshore with only 8. Nick Chong Destro stepping into bat. Runner on first base, and that's Braum. That swung on and missed. Nothing in one. Good pitch. Good cut there by Chong. You just got to take a little bit of mustard off of the swing. Caleb McCumber on the Adazi James Day, and then if you're in center field right now, Sungwai Rakwani Sabrera, get ready for a potential steal here. Swung on and missed, nothing in two. Good little off-speed pitch that gets its way through there, and it's nothing in two. Runner on first is Braum. Nobody out. No score. Top of the first. That's put into play. Knocked down by Stacy. A comebacker. And it's thrown into the outfield. Oh, they're going to throw to third. And the runners advance to second and third on the comebacker. That ball was hit hard, smoked right up to Stacy, who knocked it down, lost it for a brief moment, and now runners are on second and third. So two runners in scoring position for the Lynx as Justin Lancet, which would be an amazing name if he was a pitcher. Lancer, get it? There's strike one right down Broadway, nothing in one to count. Gabriel Zappatelli, the cleanup batter, standing in the on-deck circle. Well, he's not right now, but he should be. Here's the 0-1. One and one the count. Tomorrow night here, the U-13 Warhawks will be at home. Stacy looking at a 1-1 count here. That's right down the middle. And it's a 1-2 count on Lancet. Carmen Stacy one strike away from a crucial first out. That's low. Good accuracy though. Just has to elevate that pitch a little bit higher. 2-2 count here on Lancet. Stacy lines. That is a crucial first out. One down. And now standing into bat is the cleanup hitter, Gabriel Zappatelli. So one out and runners on second and third. Got to get ready if you're in right field right now. And also if you're Roy Lahash at first. Actually, if you're in the field, period. That one's off the plate and high for ball one. One down, runners on second and third. No score. That's behind him, and it's a 2-0 count. Alexander Albert is on deck for the Lynx. As the breeze starts to pick up here, we mentioned wind coming out of the west-southwest at 18 kilometers an hour right now. When you're by the water, it feels a lot breezier. Yes, I just used a dad joke. Here's the 2-0. That skied into the infield. And it drops. That got hung up in there in the sun. And it'll be a bloop single. And Lakeshore takes a 2-0 lead as Alexander Albert will stand in. That was hit to like the perfect spot. Really opposite field, shot right in between short and left, and the sun is really hanging over, and it tends to hang over especially at the beginning of games. Zapatelli going into second. Caleb McCumber knocks it down. Runner on second base. Two 2-0 lead for the Lynx. 1 out. 1-0 the count. Swung on and missed. Jersey picks it up. He's not going to fire to third. 1-1 the count. Zuhan on deck for the Lynx. There's the 1-1. Foul back. That might have been a little high. 1-2 the count. And Stacy 1 strike away from her second strikeout of the game. If you're just joining us, it's 2-0 Lakeshore. There's 1 out. 1-2 the count. Runner on second for the Lynx. 1 down. That misses away, and the runner takes off. Throw to Ryder McCumber at third. Good throw. But Zapatelli got a good jump. And a shot to the outfield, even if it's caught here, could result in run number 3. That sun hanging over. 2-2 the count. Fouled back, and Albert will force this at bat to a 6th pitch. This is the pitcher for the Warhawks with the 2nd biggest workload in terms of innings pitched this year, trailing only Roy Lahash. Here's the 2-2. That is strike 3, and there are 2 down. That's Carmen's 2nd strikeout of the game, and now standing into bat will be Zuhan. So Han steps in with a runner on third and 2 outs. 2-0 lead Lakeshore, 2 outs. Upstairs and away for ball 1.
Hi, David.
Zapatelli's on third base. There's 2 outs. Low and away, 2-0 the count. Eddie Fortzi on deck. Should Han get aboard here?
You ready, Roy?
Here's the 2-0.
It works better.
Outside, 3-0. Good, very good height though. That's the perfect height. You just got to pitch that a little bit more inside and you get a strike called. 3-0 on Han. And that one hops the bag, and now there's runners on the corners. So Han draws a walk. Second free pass issued by Stacy. There's 2 outs, and in steps Eddie Fortier. What would be run number 5 is standing at the bat right now. 2-0 lead Lakeshore. 2 outs, both of which were strikeouts by the pitcher. That's high and inside. Tell you what, this wind feels a lot faster than 18 clicks an hour. I don't trust you anymore, weather.gov. Stacy looks. Low and away, 2-0. Stace Jacobs throws it in. Good backup at center by Abrera, but the runner does successfully make it to second, and now there are 2 runners at scoring position. 2-0. This inning is already going on 14.5 minutes, going on 15 minutes as we speak, so a very long inning and only 2 runs in. We'll see if Fortier gets the green light on 3-0. That's low. And that's a walk. Ever since that strikeout of Alexander Albert, 8 straight balls thrown by Carmen Stacy. She just got to get one over that plate. As soon as she gets that one over that plate, I think she'll be feeling a lot better.
Ready, Lily?
Zachary Shapiro stands in. High. Shapiro looked like he wanted to go around, but held back. 1-0 the count. Low and away. 2-0 the count. We'll be back at the top of the lineup in Axel Brom if Shapiro is able to get aboard here. Fouled back, and there we go. That's the one for Stacy. It's 2-1 the count. 2 more like that, and you got yourself out of this inning. I think that's the one that Shapiro was waiting for as well. Here's a 2-1 delivery. Why? I saw my life flash before my eyes right there. I'd rather see Dennis Rodman's life flash before my eyes though. 2-2 the count.
Are you ready, Roy?
2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 runs in. Stacy 1 strike away. Will this inning continue, or can Stacy get out of here? The 2-2. Hit on the ground, right to Lahash. He knocks it down, picked up, and that is a tag, and the 2 runs come across. Good hustle by Caleb McCumber after Roy Lahash knocked down that rope that was hit right to him. Lakeshore scores 2. The Warhawks coming up to bat. Lahash, Caleb McCumber, Jacobs due up. Back at the hospital ball field for the bottom of the first. This presentation of Warhawks baseball is brought to you by Mohawk Super Bingo. Let's take a look at the defensive lineup for the Lynx. Zuhan behind the plate. Gabriel Zapatelli at first. Eddie Fortier at second. Zachary Shapiro at short. Justin Lancet at third. Axel Braum in right field. Alexander Albert in left field. Only 8 fielders for the Lynx. And Nick Chong pitching. And he'll face Roy Lahash, Caleb McCumber, Jersey Jacobs, Ryder McCumber, Onyetaze, James Day, Sunguire Kwani Sabrera, Lily McCumber, Addison Goodleaf, Carmen Stacy, Elijah Lahash DuPont. That is your Warhawks lineup presented by Mohawk Super Bingo Jackpot Chasers. So here's Roy Lahash leading things off with a pop-up. Look out, Justin! 0-1 the count. All right, 0-1 on Lahash. And he misses here, 0-2. Shapiro has a release point. I like it. It's like when he pitches and he lets go of the ball with his fingers, it goes on like a downward trajectory, kind of like a sinker motion action. And that's strike 3. And he gets Roy down on 3 pitches here. 1 up and 1 down for the Hawks. Caleb McCumber, the second baseman, stands in. So we'll see if Caleb could figure out the sinking motion. Ooh, not like that. Gotta lay off of that high stuff. 0-1 the count. Warhawks down by 2. And McCumber lays off of that pitch. It's low for ball 1. Jersey Jacobs, the catcher's on deck. Well, at least he's supposed to be. Yeah, he is. Look at it. And I don't know if he fouled this off or it went through, but it's a strike regardless, and it's 1-2. Here's Chong's 1-2. Low and away, and it's an even count here, 2-2. It's the off-speed pitch that he's throwing, which is really getting these guys. The fastballs aren't there right now. Granted, it's a very small sample size with just 2 batters. And that is another off-speed pitch, and it finds its way in there. And there are 2 up and 2 down for the Warhawks, with Jersey Jacobs now standing in. Don't forget, if you can get a hold of one here, I'm just saying there's only 2 outfielders for the Lynx. You got to try to drive this ball into the outfield. Plenty of gaps and holes. And Jacobs won't swing for that. Ryder McCumber on deck for the Hawks. Kahnawake lost the other night, 13-8. (2-0) for Chong here on Jersey Jacobs. 2 strikeouts. That's low for ball 3. That's ball 4.
All right, bud. Take it off. Take it off.
I don't know if he got hit or if it was inside. I think it missed him, but either way, that's a 4-pitch walk. And here's Ryder McCumber. If you're Kevin McCumber, you're sending him right on this pitch.
Shift more. Alex.
Ball 1, Jacobs takes off. Jacobs is on second. And McCumber sends a high shot to shallow right. It gets by. McCumber will stay, and Jersey Jacobs will score the Warhawks' first run. Kahnawake on the board. It's an RBI single for Ryder McCumber.
All right, Dante, let's go. Got to speed it up, Axel.
Lakeshore, wake up in the outfield.
And now Brahm's going to have to go from that end to center. Basically, he's in center. And that's a shot. Fair ball down the right field line. Ryder McCumber rounding second, heading for third. Picked up by Brahm. He'll throw it in. McCumber's on his way home. Ryder McCumber will tie this baby up. What? He's going for it. He is out. Oh. Oh, wow. Good awareness by Chong. He runs in. I thought he actually had the play to flip it to Zoo, but he tags him out. Day couldn't get under the tag. I'm actually surprised they let him go there. I figured they would have called it a dead ball. Warhawks score a second run, and they let Day go for it. And after an inning of action-packed baseball, our score is Lakeshore 2, Warhawks 2. We'll welcome you back to the hospital ball field, top of the second here on Baby Blue Memories. 2-2. Lakeshore LYnx 2, Kahnawake Warhawks. Final game of the season for the U-13B Warhawks. We'll be seeing the U-13 A's. They'll be here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And then, of course, the playoffs will commence afterwards. Warhawks action last night. Kahnawake a 13-8 road loss. Back to Axel Brahm, who has no official at-bats, walked and scored a run back in the top of the first. The right fielder. Off the plate for ball one. Carmen Stacy, 2 strikeouts back in the top of the first. Here's the 1-0 from Stacy. That's right down Old Malone Highway. Even count 1-1.
Come on, Warhawks. Let her know you're behind her.
Sorry. 1-1 the count here. And that is right down Boulevard Saint Jean Baptiste and Chateauguay. 1-2 the count. 1-2 count on Brahm. Stacy sets. That is right down Broadway. Third strikeout of the game for Stacy, and there's one down here in the top of the second. So here's Nick Chong coming in. He is 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI, or a run scored. He also has an RBI. Or no, he doesn't have an RBI, sorry. He has a run scored though. 2-2 our score. That's popped up into the infield. It lands, it rolls foul. That's a foul ball. That's a foul ball. Oh, Chong is still running.
infield.
That's the ruling. If the ball's still in the infield, that's what you see when people bunt all the time. You're kind of waiting on that ball just hugging the line, and if it rolls foul, it rolls foul. Strike on Chong. Last time Chong came up, he hit a comebacker that went right at the pitcher. But he'll lay off some high cheese here, and it's an even count, 1-1. If you're new to the channel, please give us a subscribe. We are currently at 830 subs. 4,200 viewing hours over 12 months. And that pitch is right in there. We're not going to visit any street today. 1-2 the count. Stacy sets here on the 1-2. Carmen Stacy's 1-2 delivery. Low. Ball 2. Justin Lancet on deck for the Lynx. Nobody on, 1 down here in the top half of the second inning. That's skied in the infield again. Abrera gets under it. He knocks it down, and this one's fair.
Pitcher! Pitcher!
Chong gets the second base. Abrera knocks this one down. Well, you know what? This is the time where things get really, really tricky because the sun, it kind of is a factor there. Certainly a distraction. Certainly for someone like me who has attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Runner on second base here, 1 down. And Justin Lancet is up 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Swung on and missed. Chong takes off. Runner on third now. Good pitch from Carmen Stacy there. Upstairs, good catch. 1-1 count. Runner on third base, 1 out. Two-2 score line. Strike 2. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Lynx. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and no one left on for the Warhawks. Runner on third for Lakeshore. Of course, the Lynx left the bases juiced back in the top of the first. That's in there for strike 3. Carmen Stacy, 4 strikeouts on the night. And there's 2 down for Gabriel Zapatelli. Zapatelli is 1 for 1 with a single and 2 RBIs. Another RBI opportunity for him here with Chong on third. 2-2 scoreline here in the top of the second.
Get ready, Addy.
That's behind Zapatelli. 1-0 the count. Two scoreline here. As you hear noise not made from a bicycle in the background. And that seemed to bring the wind with it. That's upstairs, 2-0 the count. Chong's on third here. Here's a 2-0 from Stacy. Now it's ball 3. 4 strikeouts so far in the game for Stacy. Alexander Albert on deck, hoping to get a chance to bat. And he will, as there's a 4-pitch walk. Runners on the corners for the Lynx. Warhawks, of course, in this league, the defending champions. Last year they went 10-6. 10-6-2, sorry, in Lac St. Louis. This year things a little different, obviously, with every league having an A team. Swung on and missed. Wow. That was a fastball with some extra mustard and cheese on it. 0-1 the count on Alexander Albert. 0 for 1. Struck out looking back in the top of the first. That's high. That was a good pitch, though. If that was a 2-strike count, that would be one of those pitches that you probably be hesitant to let go. That's a good pitch by Stacy. Carmen's 1-1. Low. Runner's taking off. Bird's not gonna throw that one. Plays at first base. Caleb McCumber made the tag to end the last inning. Hit on the ground. Caleb McCumber knocks it down. The flip to first is in time, and that'll do it for the top half of the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on, and at the end of 1.5 innings here at Kahnawake, our score: Warhawks 2, Lynx 2. Back at the hospital ball field, bottom of the second inning. This game, of course, as always, brought to you by Mohawk Super Bingo. Score is Lakeshore Lynx 2 and the Kahnawake Warhawks 2, U-13B action. Nick Chong in to pitch his second inning of work. He's going to be facing Abrera, Lily McCumber, and Goodleaf. After the near home run by Onyadaze James Day to end that second, where he was tagged out at home. And Chong really is the prominent player on this Lakeshore team. You know what? If Sungway Raquanis can get a bloop hit into right field, and he check swings it, picked up by Chong to throw to first in time, and there's 1 up and 1 down. Well, he had the right idea. You want to try and hit it into opposite field. And here's Lily McCumber batting. McCumber swings, that's a little low. 0-1 the count here. Addison Goodleaf on deck. That's high, and Lily lays off. 1-1 the count. Macomber fouls this one back, and it's a 1-2 count. Oh, she's going to be awarded first. That's right, she hit the catcher. She hit the catcher on the follow through. And Macomber's awarded a base. I don't have no idea how I score that. I'm just going to put that as a base on balls. Ball one on Addison Goodleaf.
Sounds like a fun night.
Really? Say channel 902 over here.
Sorry, you're in the mature section. Immatures are here.
Yeah, this is a mature section. Bleu Nuit. 2-1 the count here. Having some fun with the quote-unquote immature section. 3-1 the count. All right. Sorry, guys. You're getting your money's worth tonight, Mohawk Super Bingo. Oh my goodness, I wish I could carry on. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. Goodleaf. All seriousness here, Goodleaf is awarded. Han threw it into center field.
Axel, let's go. It's live.
Hey! Right.
So here's Carmen Stacy.
Guys, let's look alive out there. Everybody focus on second.
Elijah Lahash Dupont on deck. That's pitch sails out of the strike zone, 1-0 the count. Well, we have a timeout here taken by Lakeshore. We got a pitching change? No, actually, the pitcher, Chong, is going to put some shades on. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the U-13 Warhawks will be in action, taking on the Presqu'île Pirates. And then starting, I believe, next week is the Lac St. Louis Regionals in B sections. I could be wrong. It might be next week is when the playoffs will start. And we'll really ramp up our coverage of Warhawks baseball here on BBM. 2 runners on for Carmen Stacy. And with the win tonight, the Warhawks would clinch 5th in the division. That pitch is in there. I think the shades work. 2-1 the count.
There you go, Nick.
And Stacy sends a shot to left. That drops. Carmen Stacy with a huge hit into left field. Lily Macomber gets in and she scores the Warhawks' 3rd run. An RBI double for Carmen Stacy, and the Warhawks take the lead.
Way to go, Lily! Lakeshore, it's a wake-up call.
Now the gentleman bringing up the rear here, Elijah Lahash Dupont, standing in top of the order coming up after this. 2 runners in scoring position for the Warhawks. That's off the plate, 1-0. Looked good from here, but I'm not the ump. And that one is right down Broadway, even count 1-1. Oh, Oh, he swings over the underneath. 1 and 2 to count. Here's the 1-2. That is in there for strike 3. 2 down. A huge second strikeout. Here's Roy Lahash, 0 for 1, struck out looking back in the first. And now, the left fielder, Albert, just came in asking for some shades. So here's Roy Lahash. And Lakeshore begins to shift. I'll tell you what, if Lahash could get one to opposite field here, as he does, puts it in play, throw to first, not in time. And the runners advance. 1 runs in. Stacy's coming in, and she will score. And Lahash is running for third. Oh, oh, oh. That hit Lahash in the back and came up and hit the third baseman. And it hit the third baseman in the face. We're going to take a pause for the cause here. There's ball 1 to Caleb McCumber. All right, so that is going to be ruled an inside the park home run for Roy Lahash. The Warhawks score 4. 2-0 on Caleb McCumber. I honestly thought that he would have been called safe at third and that was it. Because the ball went to the back, though, he was awarded home. McCumber, a slow roller to first. It's foul! It's foul! You gotta grab it before it goes out. So the Warhawks have scored 4 here, and what would be run 5 is in right now. It has to stay fair if it's in the infield. It could roll foul in the outfield and be considered in play. McCumber hits it to third. Albert picks it up. The throw to first. What a beautiful throw! He's out! What a throw from third! And Lancet looks okay. 4 runs in for the Warhawks. Nobody left on. It's 6-2 K-Town. Welcome back to the hospital ball field. 4 runs in for the Warhawks in the last inning. They lead it 6-2. Zulhan standing in. He has walked and stolen a base. Carmen Stacy pitching her third and what will be final inning of the ball game, according to Coach Jesse Lahash. Ball 1. So Hahn, Fortier, and Shapiro up for the Lynx here in the top of the third. This Lakeshore team lost last week to the Lachine A's by a score of 12-11. That was a good game, so you could tell that head-to-head, if these two teams played 10 times, it'd probably be 5 wins each side. 2-0. And you know what? I think my Weather Network's channel was lying to me, because it's not. It can't be only 18 kilometers the winds are gusting. We mentioned winds coming out of the west-southwest here. Three and 0. 6-2 Warhawks lead here in the top of the third inning. Swung on and missed, and that's the pitch. Hahn getting the green light on 3-0, and it's now 3-1. Lahash at first, McCumber at second. Jacobs has moved to short. It looks like. Oh, Lahash DuPont's at short, I think. That's strike 2, and it's a full count. Lahash DuPont's at third. Jacobs at short. Day in center. Goodleaf in right. McCumber in left. Lily McCumber in left. There's the full count. Fouled. And Hahn stays alive. I'll tell you what, the pace between these two pitchers is unbelievable. One takes like, on average, about 4 seconds in between pitches. Carmen very deliberate, takes her time. Not rattled out there on the mound. Here's the full count. 7th pitch of this at-bat is on the horizon. That's ball 4. So Hahn draws a walk. That's his second walk. Eddie Fortier's in. No official at-bats. Walked back in the first. Whoa, and a good catch.
Play second to first.
1-0 the count here on Fortier. Zachary Shapiro on deck. He's 0 for 1. 6-2 Warhawks here in the top of the third. Low, and it gets by Abrera, and the runner takes off. Here's a throw. Caleb McCumber will come off the bag, intercept that. And Hahn's in at second base with the steal. Final game of the season for the Warhawks. 5-13-1, looking to get win number 6. Upstairs, and that gets by, and runner's taking off. Throw down to third, and Hahn's in there. On with 3 stolen bases here on the evening.
Give me one.
That hit him. So Fortier gets hit in the back of the leg. Jesse Lahash will call time. And we're going to have a pitching change. So Carmen Stacy goes 2 innings plus, strikes out 4 batters, and has surrendered 2 runs. Elijah Lahash DuPont is coming in to pitch. Warhawks 6, LYnx 2, top of the 3rd inning. Runners on the corners. Back here with the top half of the 3rd inning, Lakeshore LYnx, Kahnawake Warhawks. No runs in for the LYnx here. But they do have 2 runners on and nobody out. New pitcher, Elijah Lahash DuPont. Abrera picks it up. Eddie Fortier on first. Zuhan on third. 1-0 the count. And the top of the lineup is coming up next. That's hit well to first. It gets through. Caleb McCumber will not be able to track it down. No one was covering second. He's going to tag him. He's safe. Oh.
Sit down, guys, sit down. Sit down. What are you doing?
Oh, this is going to be a good argument here. But I think the force is taken off because he already touched second. And it's just he was coming back, so that's when there is a force. If you've already advanced the one bag, you could keep running, or you could come back. And I think that's what they're arguing. Runners on first and second, 1 run in for Lakeshore. The reason why that's not rewarded, as I mentioned, oh, another hit batsman? Or no, that was inside. That just was dropped by a bear. I thought it made the sound of a hit batsman. I think the reason though why that argument doesn't work is because the runner already got to second base, so therefore the force was off. Then he had to tag him. So the game-tying run, what would be the game-tying runs at plate right now? 2-0 the count on Axel Brahm, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. He's also scored a run. That's down the middle, 2-1 the count. Sure, Stacy at third, be ready. This play might be coming to you, and if it does, that's the lead runner. That's in there, 2-2.
2 strikes. Protect that plate. 2-2.
Lahas Dupont getting back into it after missing with a couple of pitches.
Protect that plate.
And giving up that single to Shapiro, who's on first base right now. That misses. That's one of those tough. That's a tough pitch to lay off of, but good job though by Brahm to watch it go by, and we've got a full count. That misses, and the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded, nobody out, and what would be the max 5th run is coming into bat.
Catch the ball, step on the base. Go, Nick.
So Nick Chong is in. This is the right guy to have too if you're Lakeshore. He is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and a run scored.
Yeah, I know.
6-3 our score. That one hops the bag.
Come on, Elijah!
2-0, bases loaded, 1 run in for Lakeshore, trailing by 3 runs. That's hit on the ground. Lahas stops it. They'll get the for sure out. Throw home. 1 run scores. That'll go in the books as a sacrifice RBI. Runners advance to second and third, 1 out. And Justin Lancet steps in, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 6-4 is the lead now. That's popped foul. Lancet scared, staring up there, hoping that ball doesn't come back. I really hope I'm not jinxing it, but I've never seen anyone hit the ball up in the air, foul it off the mesh, and the ball comes back and hit him. I really hope I'm not jinxing it here. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Gabriel Zapatelli's on deck. 0-2 the count here. 1 down. That is strike 3. And Gabriel Zapatelli will stand in. He has singled and walked, 1 for 1 on the night with 2 RBIs. 6-4 is our score here.
We need 2 more runs.
Alexander Albert on deck. 2 runs in for the Lynx. That's hit well to center. That's over Day's head. Picked up, thrown in. Wow, what an arm. That'll be a 2-run triple for Zappatelli. And this game is tied at 6. So here's Alexander Albert, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Misses that pitch, it's 0-1. So Lakeshore's tied it up here, it's 6-6. Hit on the ground, a slow roller, and it gets through to short. Now the run's coming across, and the Lynx have put up 5. It's a 5 spot for Lakeshore, and the Lynx have taken the lead. 7-6 Lynx. Warhawks coming up to bat. Jacobs, Ryder McCumber, Daze Day. We're back with the bottom of the 3rd here in this U-13B matchup. The Warhawks of Kahnawake trailing 7-6 to the Lakeshore Lynx. Here's Jersey Jacobs standing in, has walked and scored a run and stolen the base. No official at bat. Jacobs, Ryder McCumber, and Onyet Daze Day set to bat this inning. And Jacobs smokes this one into the outfield. He takes his turn. That is a leadoff base hit for Jacobs.
Alex, good job, bud.
Good playing left by Albert. So here's Ryder McCumber, 1 for 1 with an RBI single, and he hits this one foul. And that's why you always got to stop when plays in action if you're driving alongside the left field fence here in the hospital ball field. See if that SUV would have kept going, that ball might have come close to hitting him. McCumber hits this one, knocked down. Jacobs gets into the throw, gets McCumber at first.
Beautiful is that? Oh my God.
1 down.
Come on, Ryder, run it back. Zach, good job, bud.
So here's Onyet Daze, James Day. He has an RBI triple and was thrown out trying to extend that triple into a home run. He put that one fair down opposite field line. And he's been plunked. Daze's on first. So here's Sungwai Rakwani Sabrera, 0 for 1, grounded out back in the 2nd. 7-6 lead for the Lynx. 2 runners on, nobody out. Abrera with a check swing, and he fouls this one back. That's what happened to him in the 2nd. He kind of was stuck in between going all out and just slightly tapping it. And he hit it right down the right field line to first. That's off the plate. Jacobs is going to get back there. I'd imagine Hahn's going to be tested here. Gets away. Jacobs takes off. The throw to third. And 2 runners are in scoring position for the Warhawks.
He wasn't able to run anyway.
Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. That's high, 3-0 the count. Lily McCumber on deck. She's walked and scored. That's in there, 3-1 the count.
Good job, bud.
Now he's seen it. Oh, sorry, 2-2. 2-2 the count. And he lays off that pitch, and it's a full count. Oh, okay. It was 3. It was a full count. Okay, so that's... So Abrera walks. The bases are loaded. There's 1 out. Lily McCumber steps in, and she swings at something she could have brought a pitching wedge out for. You got to lay off of that, Lily. 0-1 the count on McCumber. Addison Goodleaf on deck. That's low at 1 hops the bag.
Go, Nick. You got this, bud.
This is Chong's 3rd inning of work. 2-1. Don't forget the pitch counts somewhere up in the 40s right now.
Got it, Nick.
3-1. That's low. And we're gonna have a timeout. And they're gonna keep him. Oh no, we're gonna have a switch.
Back up, Lily.
New pitcher.
Good job, Nick. Lily, time him. Go, JJ. Get ready.
Chong is coming out.
David, you want to help him out?
And Justin Lancet is coming in to pitch. Lancet becomes the lancer. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 7-6. Bases loaded, 1 down. All right, we're back here. It's a 3-1 count on Lily McCumber. The bases are loaded. Justin Lancet is in. And that's strike 2. Full count on McCumber. Addison Goodleaf on deck. That's high. And this game is tied 7-7.
All right, bud. Start from scratch now.
So the bases are loaded with 1 out, and in steps Addison Goodleaf, who has walked and scored a run. And a walk would be just as good as a hit right now. Ball 1. Seven, 1 out, and the bases are loaded. What would be run number 5 is into bat right now. 2-0. That's off the plate, 3-0. Everyone's having fun. It's a grand old Thursday night here at the hospital ball field. Perfect baseball weather too, as the sun has set. That's in there. A little flutter ball that flutters its way into the strike zone. 3-1 the count. Carmen Stacy on deck. That's in there as well, and it's a full count on Goodleaf.
One more.
One more, Dustin.
That's in there, strike 3. 2 down. So here's Carmen Stacy, who has a double and 2 runs scored, has also scored herself 1 for 1 in the game. Carmen Stacy, welcome to your Kodak moment. Game tied at 7, bases loaded, 2 outs, and she'll hold off of that. Day on third, Abrera on second, Lily McCumber on first. And that's hit. Foul. Foul ball. One and one, the count on Carmen Stacy. 2 outs, bases loaded. That's in there. And Lancet is 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. That's off the plate. I just swallowed a bug. Thank you. Sorry about that. I had to get off camera. I just happened to have one of those mosquitoes fly in my mouth. Off the plate. Wow, bases loaded, tie game, 2 outs, bottom of the inning. Isn't that what you dream about as a kid? And Stacy sends a shot to second base. The throw to first is in time.
Good job, guys.
That is going to end the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Warhawks score 1, but they leave the bases loaded. We are heading into the top of the 4. LYnx 7, Warhawks 7. Welcome back to the Hospital Ball Field, a game that's been an absolute dandy. Lakeshore LYnx and Kahnawake Warhawks U-13B all tied at 7s.
Go, David. Remember what I told you.
Zuhan, Eddie Fortier, Zachary Shapiro coming into bat. Swung on and missed. Even count 1-1. Lahash at first. Caleb McCumber at second. Jacobs at short. Ryder McCumber is at third. Looks like Goodleaf in center. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. I believe Day is on the bench. Lily McCumber in left. I think that's Goodleaf in center. I can't tell who's in right. Ball 2. Okay, Carbon Stacy's behind the plate. So that would mean Abrera's in right. Process of elimination. Day's on the bench. Here's a 2-2. That's high. Flutters over the strike zone, but not in it. 7-7 scoreline here. That misses. Ball 4, I think. Yeah. This is the open inning, folks. This is it. This is going to be the last chance for romance for everyone. You could score a max of 7 runs. Don't forget the Warhawks had that incredible game here last week. That's in there for strike 1. Kahnawake was trailing 23-13 last week against St. Laurent. Came back and scored 10 in the open inning to have an unheard of 23-23 tie. Hit on the ground. That'll get by Lahash and down the right field line. Stopped by Abrera. He will throw it in. And it gets by and it'll get into the bench. So that's out.
Gotta go back.
What is going on?
Yeah, he'll go on second, he'll go on third.
Okay, so the runners are, yeah, the base runners each get an extra bag. So there's a runner on second and third now, or there should be.
First and second, it's because it went out. No, the second and third.
Everyone's awarded an extra base because it went out of play.
I was very long. I thought he said it went out.
LYnx trying to take the lead. And that's hit well into left field.
That is gone. Keep going.
One run's going to score for sure. A second run's going to score as well. McCumber throws it in. And this is going to be an inside the park home run for Shapiro.
Make sure you touched it. There you go.
And the LYnx lead it 10-7. Off the plate, ball 1. Axel Brom 0 for 1 has walked twice, struck out, and scored 2 runs. 10-7 lead Lakeshore.
David, he's out.
10-7 lead for the Lynx.
Then you're not taking anyone home. You're good enough.
3-0. The Warhawks once had a 6-2 lead, but that has evaporated, and the Lynx have taken a 10-7 lead. That's off the plate, and it's a 4-pitch walk. That's Axel Brom's third walk of the game. Jesse Lahash calls timeout. We're going to have a pitching change. And we'll be back. 3 runs in for Lakeshore. They lead at 10-7. Roy Lahash is coming in. Back at the Hospital Ball Field, top of the 4th inning. It's the open inning. The Lakeshore Lynx leading the Warhawks 10-7. Roy Lahash has come in to pitch. 3 runs in this inning, nobody out, and a runner on first. And the most dangerous Lakeshore hitter stepping into bat, that's Nick Chong. He's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and a sacrifice. Eey. Lahash put a lot of mustard on that. Might want to grab some ketchup to lower the velocity of it, though, just for balance. Join us next week for the next episode of By the Water's Kitchen. 10-7 lead for the Lynx here. The 1-0 pitch to Chong. That's fouled.
Good cut, good cut.
Well, Elijah Lahash, DuPont, Roy Lahash, and Caleb McCumber would be batting in the bottom half of this open inning. But we got a lot of work in between now and then to get to. Ball 2. Runner takes off. And Brom gets to second base. Swung on and missed. 2-2 count. Brom will take off, and he's going to get the third. Well, he does slide anyway. I would have said standing up, but. 2-2 count here. 10-7 lead for the Lynx. The 2-2. Ball 3. Justin Lancet on deck for the Lynx. Hit well, and that gets its way to center field. Knocked down, thrown into second base. Good throw from Goodleaf. And it's 11-7 Lakeshore. And here's Justin Lancet, 0 for 3, has struck out 3 times.
Keep that in mind.
11-7 Lakeshore leading now. 5 runs in the last inning for the Lynx, 4 runs in this inning so far for Lakeshore. Strike 1.
Nice, Roy.
Gabriel Zapatelli on deck. And he's 2 for 2 with 3 runs driven in. Popped in the air. That is going to be foul. Jacobs had a beat on it, but just couldn't figure out the lights here, and nothing in 2.
Come on, Roy, one more.
0-2.
11-7. But with the top of the Warhawks lineup coming up, I mean, 4 runs is not undoable. But they got to keep it at 4. That's strike 3. Runner takes off and is in at second. That's a strike him out steal. And here's Gabriel Zappitelli with the runner on second base and 1 out. Zappitelli has walked, tripled, singled, driven in 3 runs, and scored a run himself. Swung on and missed. Chong over at second's not going to run. Ball 1. Stacy having a hard time tracking it. The runner gets the third. And unless the runner gets the first here on a walk, that will be the final steal for Lakeshore tonight. At least the final legal steal. Ball 2. Alexander Albert on deck. 1 for 3 in the ball game. 11-7 lead for the Lynx. They've scored 9 runs in the last inning and a half after trailing by as many as 4. That's hit into shallow left center, and no one can track it. McCumber throws it in, and it's 12-7.
Lakeshore, no more stealing. You're not allowed to steal. We're up 5 runs.
And the Lynx now lead at 12-7. And here is Albert. We mentioned 1 for 3 on the night.
You gotta run to the ball, kid. It's not gonna come to you.
Swung on and missed. Again, stealing is off now for the Lynx. Strike 2. Zuhan's on deck. He has walked 3 times.
Go 2.
Go, go.
Ball 1.
Hard to believe.
How many outs?
12-7 Lakeshore leading. Oh, he got hit. Albert gets hit in the back.
Okay, Alex, you're a little warrior.
And runners are now on first and second, and back to Zuhan, who started this inning with a walk. No official at-bats. He has walked 3 times.
Please let me hit. Let's go, Big D.
12-7 lead for Lakeshore. Hit on the ground. Lahash picks it up. The throw to first is dropped. Everyone's safe. Here's Eddie Fortier, who has walked twice and been hit by a pitch. He's also scored twice.
Get ready, Eddie.
12-7 lead for the Lynx here. Hit foul. Even count here, 1 ball, 1 strike. 12-7 Lakeshore leading. Ball 2. Lahash sets. Here's his 2-1. Ooh! 2-2. Needless to say, his coaches weren't the biggest fans of that swing. The 2-2. Oh, that's foul. He does a good job of staying alive. And the 6th pitch of this at-bat is coming up now. Zachary Shapiro's on deck. He's 2 for 3. He hit that 3-run home run earlier in this inning, which is right now the difference in the ball game. The Lynx have added another 2. Oh, it's strike 3, and there's 2 down. And here's Zachary Shapiro, 2 for 3, singled, home run, and has grounded out. This is the 2nd time he's batted in this inning. Foul back. He hit that home run off of Lahash DuPont. Now a new pitcher in for the Hawks. 12-7 Lakeshore. One and one.
2 outs, Lakeshore, 1 away.
One of those.
All right.
Hit on the ground to short. That gets through.
Go, sir. Go.
David, hold. David, run. Touch it.
That is a 3-run triple. And the Lynx have taken a 15-7 lead. Here back at the top of the lineup with Axel Brom. He has struck out, walked 3 times, scored 3 runs. And the 5-run lead has become an 8-run lead. This game was tied at 7s. And the Lynx have scored 8 times here. And the Hawks are going to have some work to do in the next inning. They're going to need another miracle comeback like they had last week. 2-0 the count on Brom. Don't forget, the Warhawks were down 26-16 heading into the bottom half of the open inning last week and tied the game for a unbelievable 26-26 tie. It sounded more like a football score. The Hawks are going to need something like that tonight. That's in there for strike 1. Oh, that was close.
All good, Axel.
3-1.
3-1.
Nick Chong's on deck.
Dustin, get ready.
That's a ball. That's a walk. Axel Brahm has not walked 4 times. And looking back, that is the 13th walk or free pass the Warhawks have issued tonight. Hit on the ground. McCumber picks it up and he will tag out the runner. So that'll do it for the top of the open inning, but Lakeshore scores 8 and the Lynx lead it 15-7. Warhawks they have some work to do in the bottom half of the open inning.
Eddie, go back.
Welcome back to the hospital ball field. The Kahnawake U-13B Warhawks have some work to do after the Lakeshore Lynx scored 8 runs in the top half of the open inning. Here's Elijah Lahash-Dupont standing in, and he fouls off the pitch. He's 0 for 1, struck out looking back in the second. And he lays off some high stuff from Lancet, 1-1 the count. Top of the lineup coming up after this with Roy Lahash. And that's hit in the air to shallow center. And it gets by.
Good job, guys.
And Lahash-Dupont has a leadoff single. And don't forget, the Lynx have only 2 outfielders. So if Roy Lahash could get a hold of one and drive it into opposite field here, ball 1. You see, there's nothing in between the left field line and center. You got to just be able to put something into opposite field. It's easy for me to sit up here. Why would you swing though? 1-1 the count. I mean, that's high even for Lahash, who's the tallest guy I think on the team. Ball 2. And they're going to send Lahash-Dupont. He's in at second. Caleb McCumber on deck. Lahash puts it in play. The throw to first gets over the head. Runner scores 15-8. And Lahash is on third. There's one. It's 15-8. So here's Caleb McCumber, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a K. Takes ball 1. It's now 15-8. Runner on third for the Warhawks.
Okay, guys. 1 run, that's it.
Ball 2. Jersey Jacobs is on deck. McCumber hits a comebacker to the pitcher. The throw to first gets the runner out. A run scores, and that's 2. But there is a huge first out recorded by Lakeshore.
Good job, Justin. Abby, good job, bud.
And now the bases are empty. It's a 6-run lead, and Jersey Jacobs will stand in. Jacobs has walked and singled and has scored 2 runs. There's a big alley too in between left and right now. Jacobs lays off 1-0. Ryder McCumber on deck.
Go Lakeshore. Eddie. Eddie. Eddie.
Jacobs drives one to third, knocked down, and he's gonna get on with a single.
Eddie, right here. Stop talking.
So here's Ryder McCumber, 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and he's also grounded out. And there's a shift on. McCumber fouls it off.
Good job, Justin. Keep it up, bud. Got this. Close this.
Look at that moon.
Go, Nick.
McCumber fouls it off the catcher's mask. Zuhan got hit right in the mask, but it looks like he's all right.
Go, Justin.
Onyetaze, James Day on deck.
Strike. Get a strike.
Ball 1, and Jacobs takes off. He gets to second base. McCumber smokes this one. It gets to the outfield.
Justin.
And a run scores. It's an RBI single for Ryder McCumber. 15-10 the score.
All right, Dawes, you need big play here.
Here's Onyetaze, James Day, 1 for 1 with a triple. He's been hit by a pitch and has driven in a run. And he hits this one. And gets through. Why is he running? And now he gets out. Gets to the backstop. He would have been okay, actually.
Jesse!
Runners on first and second. Day with the hit. And here's Onyetaze, or Sungway Rakwani Sabrera. 0 for 1. He's grounded out and walked. And he hits a comebacker to the pitcher. And he is safe. And the bases are loaded. It's 15-10.
Run it up, guys. All right, Lily. Big hit, Lily. Let's not give up the game. Let's go, Lakeshore.
15-10. Bases loaded. 1 out, and in steps Lily McCumber.
Go, JJ.
Lakeshore, wake up. You're running for the ball.
McCumber misses 0-1.
Beautiful pitch.
Lakeshore, wake up. Let's go.
Give me another one.
Addison Goodleaf on deck. And she fouls it off.
One more, bud. Beautiful. 0-2.
Lancet ahead in the count 0-2. That's strike 3, and there's 2 outs.
2 outs. Race to any base.
And here's Addison Goodleaf.
Nick, watch the baseline. Let him run.
Goodleaf is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk, and she's also scored a run.
Let's go, Zach.
That's strike 1.
Lakeshore, get ready.
Bases are loaded. Carmen Stacy on deck. She has a double and has grounded out, hoping to get another chance. 1-1 the count.
Okay, bud, don't worry. Come on, Addie. Come on, Addie.
Yeah, Corbin, hit the ball. Good. Corbin.
One more.
Nick, ready, please. Eddie, ready.
swing on and missed, and the Warhawks are down to their final strike.
One more.
Bases are loaded for the Warhawks.
Come on, Justin. Let's go, Lakeshore. Ready, fighter.
That's strike 3. And the Warhawks have left the bases loaded for a second time. And Kahnawake falls by a count of 15-10. Your game MVP with 4 strikeouts on the mound and an RBI, 2 RBIs as well, is Carmen Stacy. Your final score, Lakeshore 15, Warhawks 10. We'll see you tomorrow night. Kahnawake.